Okay, welcome back. So this is what we have so far. All we did was we added this idea in our pass of this color. Now down here we have an open span, and it just is open, right? And so there's nothing there uh, as far as the span goes. Okay. All right. We grab that amount. Now I'm going to add another span to this, and we'll see that see how it works out right here. All right, so I go span SPAN, enter, and then a capital H. Okay, now it's saying, hey, do you want this to be an H tag? I go, no, I don't want that. Then I'm going to type in the number two. Then I'm going to type in, and it's saying, hey, do you want that? I go, no, I don't want that. I'm going to type in a capital O. All right. And then that's it. All right. And then it's saved. Everything's saved. So I'll go to the page. Oh, I got to take the long way. I'll go to the page and look at it. Again, there's a shortcut to do this. But down here, I've got this H2O right next to the output of the span. So it ignored the way that this got rendered, it ignored that space here that I have. Okay, so I'm going to put between here on line 26 because I want to put a space in there. I want to put a not only a space, I want to put a carriage return here on my output. All right, so I'm going to put in another tag, a break. So I type in BR and then yes, and it's a unary character. So I have a break, and then I'll put another BR and an enter either way, that or tab, and another break. Okay. So my HTML here adds that break because of how it's rendered. All right. Now I want the two. This is H2O. This is water, and I want this to be below, right? The atomic parts. So here I want to type in a span, a sub. So here I'm going to go SUB, and I'm going to just type it all out, and it autofills. Okay, so we'll learn how to fix that. But now I'm just going to place it around the two and a close. So this gets us to, notice it automatically closes. Let me make this bigger for you. Oh, wrong one. So here, I typed in for me, this all I've typed in so far is two breaks and a span. And then inside it, I put another element for sub. And what this will do is it'll drop that two down. Okay, and then I printed a capital O. So it's getting, this is the whole span is right here. All right, so what does this look like? So I'm going to go, do I have it open already? I don't think I have it open. So I'm going to double click it, and there it opens. And so I have H2O down at the bottom. Now let me bring that up to the top. So I'm going to select these two breaks. And again, this is where you might be a little creative. And it's the lining's messed up, so let me alignment, let me go right mouse button, format document. It aligns everything. Notice they're all on the same level except this sub, which is internal to this, the inner part of the span. All right, so now here I think this looks better. I'll come this button, I'll hit refresh, and yeah, so there's my H2O. But I'm thinking, gee, I'd like to make this big. I mean, I want to see it more. Okay, I see where the sub element does, but I just would like to make it bigger. Okay, directly. And so I'll do that right here. Go to the code, and I'm going to use some CSS. I'm going to go put some inline CSS on the span, all right, as an attribute. So I go space, style, equal, puts my cursor in the middle. Now I can start typing some CSS. And this will be something that's directly related to this span, okay, because span is an open tag. Okay, so I'll type in font size, FONT, and notice that Emmett gives me this chance to put this. If yours doesn't do this, tell me, and we can add that. But I'm going to select font size, and I'm going to make it now. Normally, there's 16 pixels is your width of your text in the browser. I could pick larger, small, extra small, percentage. These are different units that I could use for size. And in this case, I'm just going to pick, like, say, 1630. I'm going to say 40 pixels. And that'll be the size of my font. Okay, now remember on a website that there are, wrong one. Oh, I could use this one, or I could use, say, this one. That there are 72 pixels per inch, right, normally. On a phone, professor uses demos during class. On a phone, there's about 150 pixels per square inch. All right, so it's higher resolve. Remember, this is responsive design. So in that case, what I'm setting is that I want whatever comes inside here to be a font size of 40 pixels, which is like 1.5 times the normal 16 pixels. Now, when I do the pixels, I can't put a space in there, right? It won't accept that because it expects it to be right. Now, there's some little things about CSS. I'm just telling you up front. But if I take the space out, here it ignores the spaces. All right? So it's saved. I'll go up to the program. I got to run it again. There it is. I bring it over, scroll down, and yeah, this is big. I wonder, what if I put in 400 pixels? 409 pixels. How big will it get? Yeah, that's big. I didn't want it that big, but that works out fine. Now again, there's a limitation. As I make this browser window smaller, it cuts it off just to a certain width. Okay? Now I don't want it that big. It's no good. But say instead of 40, I put in, say 60 pixels. All right? You can be creative too on this. But here it is. I hit refresh or F5, and that's more reasonable. Okay, so we're about to finish this subpart, but just come back for one more thing, and we'll refresh. We'll go ahead and submit this to your learning management system. All right, see you in the next video.